Hello and welcome to Bleeding Tree Gaming. My name's Amy, aka Warpfiend, and today I am joined by...
Hello, I'm Tammy. I'm Autumn Witch.
And today we are talking about all of the reveals from Adepticon, and let's get this straight. It was a mixed bag, shall we say. The stuff that was good was very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who is definitely more 40k than AOS, I'm probably a bit more happy with the amount of stuff that was got. Rather than...
I forgot to mute my phone. Let me just do that now.
See, I don't need to mute my phone because nobody ever wants to get in touch with me.
Oh dear. Right, so okay, first of all, let's jump into it because we had the old world first, and they got it's beastmen, it's wood elves, like beastmen are literally like just coming out of Age of Sigmar right now. All the same models. I believe there was like a
it's not unexpected. We were pretty sure that
some of these resin ones, yes, some metal ones here.
I mean, they are fantastic models. They've got that sort of like late 2000s, early 2010s type of quality where they'd kind of perfected the metal miniature and then decided to go and shit all over it with Finecast.
Yeah, there's some lovely stuff, like all very much of its time. Nothing like what you see today, but I mean, most of it does fit in because I believe that that's the new Beastman one that's based on the. It's based on classic art somehow. I can't remember how exactly. I'm sure if you do know, let us know in the comments. There's also the Wood Elves, obviously. I know a lot of people who are very excited about getting the Wood Elves back.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some Sisters of the Thorn kicking about somewhere. I mean, you know, as a Warhammer Fantasy Battle player, I was all about the elves. So seeing the Wood Elves come back is fantastic. I absolutely love it.
I've got all the classic units. There's a lot of stuff here. So I enjoyed playing them in Total Warhammer.
Yeah.
Some metal ones. So there's Orion. It's not the original Orion I remembered. Like it's the later resculpt.
Yeah. But it's a very, very good model.
Yeah.
And what are those meant to be dogs? Because they look like sheep from.
They're interesting. I'm not sure. I guess they're like hunting hounds.
Yeah.
You never had those.
Well, Orion is the hunter, and so therefore hound makes sense. But they do look a bit sheepy.
A little bit, yeah. Some cool characters here. That one seems a markedly different scale to the other ones, but I guess when you're just releasing stuff for nostalgia's sake, that's cool enough.
Yeah.
And there's a Hawk Rider. Some more cool ones there. Some quite old models there, I recognise. None of the old like Trish Card and Tree Men though, which is a shame. I always loved the second edition Tree Men.
Yeah. Well, the traffic's very loud at your end.
Oh, you can hear the traffic coming through. Apologies to everyone listening. Apologies. Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. If people are revving the engines outside my house. Okay,
that's what's considered a challenge.
Yeah.
You need to go out and face them in single combat.
Yes. So that's the stuff for Old World that's boring and old, and it's not really...
so much, but more like sort of like a Sunday evening in front of a fire kind of.
But in comparison, this is something that is new. I should call it the New World.
Yeah.
Because it's Grand Cathay.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone knew this was one of the armies they were working on. Obviously, we know when they started the Old World project, they were working on like Kislev and Cathay and all that.
Yeah.
And it all came out in Total Warhammer 3 before the actual models did, like presumably because like COVID was happening at the same time and the production abilities was hit. So yeah, they did. It seemed like they focused on, oh well, let's get out some of the older models to get armies out there, and now this is the first wholly new army for it, and this is the battalion box, I believe, 50 miniatures. Yeah, that's about right.
It's an absolutely stunning job that they have done on the whole range. The fact that it looks new and exciting, but it also fits in with the aesthetics of the old.
Yes, yeah, definitely fits with the old world. It definitely, they've hit that sweet spot where it's obviously like kind of Chinese based army, but it's not so broadly done as it's to be offensive as like some of the stuff has done in the past.
Yeah.
These are also, they're just really nice models that you could use. Like I've heard people saying they're going to be using them for Cities of Sigmar. Like anytime you just need like fantasy soldiers, these are just a bit more interesting than your standard ones.
Yeah. Can you imagine a Cathay themed Mordheim table?
That would be cool. I love these the Jade Lancers as well. Just beautiful cavalry models. Some of the best they've done. The Grand Canyon and the Rocket Battery, which are cool. They've got the like the ogres helping them out with them. Some great poses on all these little models, like just kind of wheeling bits and pieces and yeah, priming the gun and that. And I love the rocket battery. There's just these massive like fireworks with bamboo poles that they're just like.
Are they separate kits or are they different build options for the same kit?
I did not catch that, but I mean, I guess they'd probably be the same kit, although let me have a look. These wheels definitely look exactly the same.
Hoses as well. Yeah, it looks like just different arm options for the crew. And
arms and heads, like she is like 100% the same there. That's the same like old guy, but he's just carrying a rocket instead of that thing. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. Other than that, we then had, oh my god, this is beautiful, Great Spirit Longma.
How many of these do you think will be entered into Golden Demon?
Oh god, yeah.
Because I can just see Golden Demon painters looking at that and thinking, yep.
That is one hell of a painting challenge. I really want to paint one of these. It's so cool. It's just really got the like Chinese mythological aspect going. Just the color palette, like the design, everything. It's perfect. No notes. None. Yeah, so this is also like I guess these are the veterans. I wasn't quite sure like whether the characters in particular or just different squads. I think they're the single character things.
Yeah.
Now
we're coming up to my favorite model from the range.
Yes,
and that is the Sky Lantern.
This is incredible. Like they were so good in Total War, and like I'm so surprised how well that they managed to translate it. Not that I think that they're bad at designing models or anything, but like something like this massive, that is just an impressive mini.
Yeah, not only is it beautiful, it's just the right amount of batshit crazy.
Yes. I think people have we got the zoomed in view? You can see like the lady with the two bombs there, who's just like throwing bombs down out of the
you get a bomb and you get a bomb and you get a bomb.
It's that guy who's very enthused to be holding a very long gun.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a guy thing.
I don't think I noticed before that, yeah, just kind of trail back off the end. There's all these, what I assume are like bombs that they can loose from straight on the back there. Fantastic. What a beautiful model.
Yeah.
Next up is another one that's great. And these, oh God, they're so good. Like, obviously, they're in Total War, I believe. It's been a while since I played as Cathay. Yeah, I think it was a couple of years ago now. Yeah, they are just like the perfect archetype of that, like kind of terracotta army style thing.
I mean, there's part of me that's tempted to grab one and just do it as a statue for a White Scars themed board.
Oh yeah, I've heard people like say they'll be using them for knight armies, like Imperial Knights. I've heard people say they're going to be using them for Sons of Behemat armies, like the Giants.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what people do with these, and I'm tempted myself. So like they were saying, they've got like different. There's a terracotta one, and then there's like a
jade one.
Jade one. Yeah. I'm sure it said one of them was a warpstone one. I didn't quite catch that bit, but oh yeah, constructive materials such as terracotta, jade, and even volatile warpstone.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Of course, they've got their book there. And then right at the end, my favourite, Miao Ying, the Storm Dragon. She is just absolutely incredible. Like, both forms are just brilliant. That is one of the coolest. I think, personally, that is the coolest dragon that Games Workshop has ever done.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose from like a Western perspective, it's not really what we would consider a dragon.
Yeah, no wings, obviously, but
more of a worm or Weum.
Yeah, I mean it's very much got like a Warhammer dragon face. Like this kind of really hails back to a lot of the like former fantasy dragons that they had in the range.
Yeah, it looks a lot like the Dark Elf dragon that I've got, and I painted that purple as well, so I'm seeing a lot of similarities. I do love a dragon.
Yeah, she's just looking absolutely amazing. Like Cathay, I don't know what to do. I want to paint it all. I don't know whether I'm going to buy it to convert it to another army. I don't know whether this is my end to start playing the old world. But I know like these are going to just be incredibly popular.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it could be like a real boon for the old world in general. Bring a lot of new people in.
Yeah, and you know, hopefully, if this is successful, we're going to see some more fully new ranges as well.
Yes. I'd assume like Kislev's got to be next because they showed us all the design documents for it years and years ago. And obviously that as a race, as a new like faction came to Total Warhammer with all the new stuff like the Bear Riders and like Cold Sorcerers and things.
Yeah.
So I would like to see that stuff emerge next. Right. So moving on. After that high point, it was a little bit boring, I will say. That this kill team's okay.
Yeah.
Like, pretty solid. You've got the Tyranids versus Admech, and the Tyranids have the Raveners back, which my least favorite enemy in Space Marine 2, because the way they just like jump underground every time you try and hit them, and annoy me quite heavily. But these are beautiful models, I'll say that. And it definitely like it's an evolution on the old designs. Very nice. There's also like Hormagaunts, like special. Oh, these are more of the Raveners, but there's also I guess it's all those on here.
I mean it's more of a sort of specifically genetically bred kill team as opposed to a rank and file style that you get with like the mainstream range. But it's going to be interesting as all of the kill teams get rules for 40k. So I'm very curious as to how well that very elite unit will function in a swarmy Tyranid army.
So I'm confused here. It says like there's only it says the Raveners bring only 5 operatives, and there's 6 of them to choose from here. So yeah, that's one extra one, obviously. But they did mention Hormagaunts as well on the videos, and I can see that looks like one. That looks like one. Everything else here seems to be from the box set, but it doesn't have pictures of those. So it's not on here.
No.
That's weird. Interesting. Maybe they're just the standard models and you just get a few of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Missed that part. Like I just heard it briefly. But anyway, the AdMech side, they've got a very cool tech tree. Well, this Servitor Underseer, I think that's an awesome model. I think this is a really bad angle for the photo they taken there. But the side on one where he had the proper like hunched profile was very, very cool. This one is almost an exact recreation of a Forge World resin model.
Yeah.
I don't know it was called the Techno-Archaeologist in that. I believe it was just an engine seer. I thought it was just a Forge World engine seer. Not sure. And the new Servitors, finally, they're getting a bit more love. Like,
yeah, I love a Servitor. They are just they are the sort of batshit Warhammer, as grimdark as you can get. Flavor, and I absolutely love them, and I'm hoping that you know, if I was to say like grab this box or something, that I'd be able to stick them in I don't quite AdMech, but I could do like Agents of the Imperium or something. It would be really good to see like other forces, maybe Militarum, being able to use like just like a squad of servitors.
Yeah. I used to like back in the day where like even like a Space Marine tech priest just had like a couple of servitors with them as standard.
Yeah, I've got I think I've got 4 metal servitors from back then, and I really, really want to be able to just stick them in an army to fill out the points. So
yeah,
but I think they're all legends now, which is
it's annoying.
But maybe we're gonna get like a like when the Scouts kill team came out and Scouts were suddenly no longer legends.
Yes.
Or at least the main Scouts are. The Sniper Scouts are legends. But then I don't play tournaments, so you know, if something's in legends, that's fine. I will field it and people can like it.
Cool. So yeah, it's always nice to see servitors get some love. Like since they've redesigned them with the like Blackstone Fortress escalation expansion, there was one in there, and we've slowly seen a couple more since then, and it's nice seeing like here is all the servitors, all the different roles. Which
I mean, one of the most I say reasonable criticisms of 10th edition is the loss of flavor to a lot of the factions, but Kill Team is really, no pun intended, killing it with, you know, bringing back those little flavorful units and letting you not just, you know, have them in your Kill Team games, but, you know, you can have them as part of 40k as well. And it's just bringing back that flavor that when everything kind of went, you know, very generic, you know, outcome primaris, and suddenly everything is like every Space Marine has to be a Primaris Space Marine. There's no point putting other things in the army or in the range. But now we're getting some nice juicy bits, which I'm really happy about.
And finally, we have the Tyranid terrain, and since like I don't know if GW have actually ever done official Tyranid terrain before. I've got to assume at some point they must have, but
I think for 4th edition, maybe there was like some small,
I know
like
this
infestation nodes or something.
This one here was based on like a Forge World piece, I believe.
Yeah, I love the fact that as soon as there was an image of that came out, within an hour or two, somebody had an STL version up on Cults 3D.
No, it all looks very cool. Obviously, like there's a lot of 3D printed Tyranid scenery.
Yeah.
I think they've gone a bit above and beyond, like having seen all the stuff that's out there. They've put like a bit of extra effort to really go, no, you should buy the official one. That's cool. That's the kill team then. Let's try and zoom through some of this next stuff, because Age of Sigmar, as much as I really wanted to see Adepticon get some new stuff, there was very little. It was all Spearhead. So we've got Sand and Bone. So I believe it's Haish and
the other one.
Sorry, Shaish and is it? It is just Shaish. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Because the other Spearhead was like Fire and Jade, and you had, a reversible mat with two different settings. Now this is good because, like, the Spearhead runs on, like, you get to choose which setting, and you use that deck of cards, and it's got unique twists and stuff. And I think it is a really good way of playing small games. I really enjoy Spearhead. So just some new scenarios is really cool to have.
Yeah.
You can see this scenery. Now, I wasn't sure on this scenery, but apparently I'm told it is the stuff from... it was a Warcry. It came with one of the Warcry editions that had
it does look familiar.
Gravelord. So that has been released before, and you can see there it's lovely scenery still. I do really like it. Very very good undead stuff. Now you can see, I guess both sides are both different parts of Shaish then. Which is interesting. That's not what I expected. I thought they'd have 2 more different realms, but okay. So also there's a few more Spearhead boxes. The Cities of Sigmar one, that is... there's a lot of shooting considering how OP shooting is currently in US. Could be fun. You've got the dogs, like, I believe that's the Spearhead, not the Spearhead, sorry, the Underworld's Warband, or possibly the Warcry one with all the dogs, the hunting dogs. Which is cool. I'd like to see that being used as part of like Spearhead game mode, where it's not going to be going to Legends straight away.
So
that's cool. The Cities one. The Seraphon one's interesting. Obviously, Seraphon have already got a really good Spearhead. I think they were saying this is a separate one, and it's like the other one's not going to go away, but it does.
I've seen a lot of people talking about how with Spearhead versus Combat Patrol, with Spearhead, that the previous boxes are still valid. Still supported, so you can...
And I hope you can just buy them both. There's actually a lot more in here, because in the other one you get the Tensaurus, you also get 3 Croxagore, and you get the Carnosaur and Old Blood, and obviously that's a big model. But instead of the Carnosaur here, you get the 3 Ripidactyls, you get the what's he called, the axolotl guy, Salamander. You've got the chameleon skinks. And then I believe this is like a command squad thing. I'd like the 3 of those. What are they called? Sunblood, Tensaurus Warriors, a spawn of Chotek, 2 units of 5 Hunters of Hunchy, 3 Terror Wings. I can't see what the actual lead. It looks like some kind of Saurus Old Blood from the skin color. But I don't know exactly what role that fills. No, I can't see. Okay, well, also the last one is the Bone Reapers, the Mortisan Elite, and I really like this one. I've been tempted by Bone Reapers for a while, and this
They
could be
are
an
rather
interesting.
pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, could be an interesting entry point, I think. Just a lot of like big soldiers, the guys that look like the old Tyranid warriors, hive tyrants and stuff,
Yeah.
forearms,
They
and
do
then
look like a mix between old Tyranids and Necrons.
so I think there are Mortis Guard and Necropolis Stalkers, and then these two are the Morghast. These were actually released pre-Age of Sigmar, and I think the rest of the army was designed after them. Yeah, it still look good. Absolutely great models. The final one, I believe, is the Ogre tribes, and yeah, it's a bunch of ogre models. Like, I don't know particularly that Noblars are going to do great, but they're cool models, and if anywhere they can actually fit in, it would be Spearhead. Um, you do have the big, what is it? I don't even know. Is that the Noblar scrap launcher?
I have no idea.
I can't say I've ever seen that on the table before. So interesting. Yeah, classic old ogre models as well.
Yeah,
Still.
I mean, GW know how to do a really good ogre.
Yeah. So there's like the new General's Handbook. So obviously we all knew that was coming. That's going to be interesting. We'll see what the new rules are for that. But yeah, that's all AOS got.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Right, there's a lot of stuff to get through, and this was like the kind of equivalent 40k stuff. You get the chapter approved, you got new mission decks and stuff, your objective sets, and yeah, that was basically it for this one. Then there was Chaos ones for World Eaters, Thousand Suns, and Death Guard. Now we already saw the Death Guard one, so they got nothing revealed this time.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping we get a bit more for World Eaters.
I know. I think a lot of people were a bit disappointed that, like,
because normally when they do a range renewal, they renew half of it, and then the next half comes in like the next edition.
Yeah.
They did that with Sisters. They did that with a lot of Primaris stuff. They've done it.
Yeah. It's just when it comes to Chaos, like, no, you only get one release.
Yeah. I mean, this guy looks fine.
He's cool. Like, considering the 8-bound like had a lot of mixed opinions, I think they're okay, but some of them do look a bit derpy. This guy looks super cool. Yeah, there's a lot of skulls everywhere to paint, which is obviously typically Khorne, but
yeah,
quite a few details going on. I do love any kind of like biomechanical, like possessed space marine though. So I like it. Yeah. So the World Eaters Codex, obviously. And the Death Guard.
Yep. I mean, he looks fine. Don't really know what else to say. Looks okay.
It's a really good model, but we've seen it, so who cares?
Yeah.
And now we have the Sekitar robots, and I can't make up my mind on this. You were not keen.
No, I mean, I know a lot of people take the piss out of Thousand Suns being like very Zangor heavy, but you know, having a look at these, I'm thinking I'd rather have the Zangors if I was a Thousand Suns player.
I love my Zangors. I love my Thousand Suns. Simple as. And I do kind of like these. They've got that very Starship, a Stargate vibe.
Yeah.
There's a couple of rumor engines here. That gun, I believe, and that fist. I kind of like them, but at the same time, they do kind of feel out of place when you see the army shot. I don't know. I don't know what to think. And it might just be this paint job they picked. Like, there might be a much better way of painting them that really sells them.
Yeah, I mean, the like metallic blue would probably look better on them.
Yeah, could very well do. I don't know. I'd still say I'm on the positive end, but not 100% sold.
Yeah.
Cool,
I mean,
though.
I think they just look a little bit too much like Eldar Wraith Lords, but just with some chaosy bits on top.
Yeah. Oh, and they did confirm as well that all the demons are going to be in the appropriate like god codexes.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all knew that. That's the way it was going.
So there's all these luxury special editions one, and apparently like they all have a part of a medallion, and the Emperor's Children had one as well that you can assemble. Like if you manage to actually assemble all those pieces, you have spent way too much money at Games Workshop, and you've been extremely lucky in multiple of the FOMO things where they're gone by like 10 past opening time on the day of pre-order.
Yeah.
They're cool though. It looks good. If you presumably if you assemble them, like the warp breaks into real space.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So then there was this narrative book on Armageddon, and I didn't really catch all this. It's rules stuff like new rules, Crusade rules, stuff like that. Not hugely up on the 40k rules.
Grey Knights didn't even get a new model. They just got an upgrade.
Yes. So it's a new sprue, and you can.
But you have to buy the derpy old model, and then the sprue, I believe. So rather than getting a whole new kit, you get an upgrade sprue for a model that is really probably one of the most piss-taken models that GW have made, this century.
So I think the new one with the Grandmaster, they have done a little bit to kind of make it look less silly. Like it does look a bit better integrated. There's some cooler weapons. Like I don't remember if these extra pistons were on it before. Maybe they were.
No, they were.
They were.
It's one of the things I don't like about it. They look so out of place.
Yeah, it seems an improvement on a model that no one likes.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you do like it, then all power to you. But anyway, moving on to it's all been, okay, but a little bit lackluster since Cathay. So the last thing was Space Wolves, and we all knew that they were coming, I think.
Yeah. And it's also been said that this isn't the whole refresh.
It absolutely isn't, because they are totally going to be bringing out Lehman Russ. They just want to save it a little while after, it's been Primox all go lately.
Yeah.
So what we have is this new box with a bunch of stuff. So we have Blood Claws, we have Grey Wolves,
Grey Hunters.
Grey Hunters, sorry.
Yeah. There's a
Rune Priest. Let's go through it.
Now I love the fact that these are just Blood Claws. They're not Primaris Blood Claws, or I mean scale wise they're the new scale, which is fine. But it's the mashup of armor bits.
Yes, that's the best thing about this by far. You'll see like the greaves are very much kind of Mark 7.
Yeah, that's Mark 7, and you get Mark 6 ones.
Yeah. They've got the classic kind of full like chest plates with the gems and stuff. They've got some not absolutely covered in like wolfy pelts and stuff, but there's plenty of like little stuff on the legs, which is an improvement. You see there's a different mark of armor on the legs.
Yeah, that looks like a Mark 6, but it looks like more like the new heresy proportions.
Yes, yeah.
Which fits better with the like the new scale. So I think that looks really good.
There's a really nice mix of faces as well. I particularly like that one. That's very cool.
I mean,
I think it's some of the best faces for Space Marines we've seen.
I say the old Blood Claws. The current Blood Claws kit has got a lot of just like wolfy bits, more than you need for the whole thing. So you can then, take other kits and add.
Well, these are nice and fairly plain, but there's room to add stuff on. So hopefully there's extras in the sprues. A lovely beaky helmet, of course. And then we've got a couple more. Yeah, all very good. I think what even better is the Grey Hunters, and these are they just have me like. If you watch the channel, you know I did a Second Ed style Space Wolf recently, and these are just like the Second Ed Space Wolf Codex. Come to life. I think like a lot of these. I don't know if they're based particularly on the old models, but they seem to be very close to how I remember them. I'd have to compare.
Yeah.
I love this.
I mean, things like the belt detail and the weapons detail, the little like fangs hanging off the pistol grips and the end of the bolters. That is what Space Wolves have been, looking like since like late in Rogue Trader.
Yeah, you can see again mix of armor marks. There's some Primaris looking stuff, but then there's a lot of like classic armor bits and pieces.
And
the bolt guns.
The bolt guns, the carbines are very, very much the classic bolter.
Yeah, they don't look like the weird Primaris bolt versions that we usually see that just seem to have unnecessary detail on them.
Yeah.
That is a bolt gun. You can tell it right there. Some more there. I want to see where's the. Oh, those are guys. Again, really nice head slate. Beautiful. Wait, has it not shown you? I was going to point out in particular the Mark 7 helmet. Oh, the Mark 7 helmet was on the very first one, of course. That's why I completely forgot about it. We passed it, yeah. So there's also the Wolfguard head takers. And this is an interesting one. It's like 3 guys and their dogs going out for a little walk.
It's basically the Space Wolf version of Blade Guard, but looking so much better.
They've got the axes, they've got the wolf pelts, they've got some very cool rune shields.
I mean, I would be very tempted if I wanted to do Blade Guard for my white scars. I would be more inclined to grab these and just trim the runes off.
That is cool.
Yeah, and
this helmet, is that like a modified Mark 4?
It looks well. The standard Primaris like Tacticus helmet is basically the Mark 4 helmet.
Yes, yeah.
So Mark 4 helmets and Primaris do look very, very similar.
It's cool. I like that one.
Yeah.
So there's also the battle leader, which is just like a.
Yeah. Now, if you want extra bits, this is a kit to grab because there's a lot of build options there.
I'm trying to see. Like, obviously, I can see like the 3 different head options there, weapon ones.
Yeah.
Obviously, the shield and there's a pistol there. But did it show like are there other bits there? Is there?
No,
I see fairly much the same torso on all 3 of them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, the main body is a sort of static pose, but you got the different weapon options, and the ones you don't use, you could stick on.
Oh, absolutely!
Another unit. It's fantastic. I absolutely love them. I'm hoping that we get these like mashup armor marks for for mainstream Space Marines.
Yeah, for everyone, really.
Yeah, because that was one of the things that made the Space Marine army look interesting.
Just like bits and pieces of cobbled together relic power armor.
Yeah, it was like each model had its own character, and each set of armor has its own story that's hinted at. And then Primaris came out, and everything is just pretty much
a
dude in plain Tacticus armor, just with a different weapon. It's
actually like a well-equipped army instead of one that's just like using bits of 10,000-year-old gear just because they can't get anymore.
Yeah, I mean, but you look at like the Primaris range, and a Hellblaster is an intercessor with a plasma gun. A Infernus squad is an intercessor squad, but they've got flaming units. The what do you call them? The ones with those ridiculous rocket launcher things. They've just taken generic like Primaris intercessors and given them like ridiculously massive rocket launchers. But with this, they're bringing that individuality back.
Okay, well, moving on, we have the Wolf Priest, and talking about individuality, this is a new design for Wolf Priest. Like,
I mean, the bare head, the lower one, that is Sheamus from WWE. That is clearly.
Oh yes, yeah. And the guy above him is quite clearly a dwarf. Like, they've obviously got that head from a dwarf. This one's more classic head, obviously with the wolf skull, but it's the silhouette that's really changed. He's got this kind of like jacket thing. It's like a trench coat or something.
Well, that's what the because they're basically a chaplain, but they're also kind of an apothecary. But the Primaris chaplain and the Primaris librarian, they have the like the trench coat as opposed to a cloak, so they've incorporated that into here. I mean, I'm hoping that Ulrich the Slayer doesn't get Primarisified, because that model, I mean, it was one of the last pre-Primaris Space Marine releases, but it's an absolutely beautiful model. So yeah, I mean, it would be a shame for that to be replaced with something, but because of how like relatively new it is. But it's all looking great.
We have the limited edition. Oh, it's the Codex Supplement Space Wolves there.
Oh, of course, they're not going to give you the full whack.
Yeah. So it says more troops will be marching from the frosty halls of Fenris before the Space Wolves are done. That's a saga for another day. So presumably they had this stuff ready to launch now, and they wanted to leave a gap before releasing Lehman Russ. And if I was to bet, Lehman Russ would be in the end of edition narrative series. And
I believe that as well.
Early in next edition, there'll be like a Wolf Time event or something.
I really hope that Russ is wolfinified. Like he's the size of a the size of a demon Primarch, but he's just this massive wolf.
Yes, just completely like lost himself to rage. I'd love to see that. So we have the roadmap now. Obviously, we've got all the stuff that we've seen here, and coming up next, we've got Imperial and Chaos Knights. Now, I think they've moved Imperial Knights back. I seem to remember that was supposed to be earlier along. And we've got Black Templars and Grey Knights.
I mean, it would make sense for them to release the Chaos Knights and Imperial Knights at the same time, because any new models that they have, there's going to be a Chaos version and an Imperial version. So it'll just be like a sprue with like a different armor style on it.
Yes.
I mean, I do recall talk of rumors of more Armiger, like another Armiger variant that's coming out.
That could be cool. Yeah. And I think what's the most interesting is the On the Horizon stuff.
Yeah, because now looking at them, okay, so we've seen that Salamander image before.
Okay, this one's Votan in the top right. We'll talk. There's not really a lot to say about that. Votan are coming, great. It's cool.
Yeah.
But we've got a Salamander and an Imperial Fist. Now,
or a Crimson Fist.
I don't think so. Like, if you look at this colour, that's obviously painted yellow, and it's black on yellow. So,
but if they were to do a separate Imperial Fist supplement, they're going to roll the Crimson Fists into that.
Yeah, that could be,
because it's the same molded details, just the armors are different colors. So,
but do we think they're going to get full supplements though? Because you add a couple of characters, are they going to have their own like unique units and things?
There's the rumors have been that each of the other codex chapters is getting something, whether it's like a new character or a new unit or something. There's talk of a White Scars character on like a Heresy era jet bike, which I'm very hopeful is going to.
Heard a lot about that, so hopefully that is. The thing is though, like it implies, because these are all books that are coming out, it implies these are books, and I just don't know if those two would be getting their own full books. It seems a bit too much to ask. Like, I mean, I'm wondering new characters.
Yeah, I'm wondering if rather than doing a new book that covers all of the other codex chapters but like new characters, they might maybe have split it into like two different codexes, so you're getting like a couple of new units for each chapter, and then there's what, like 4 or 5 chapters, so you'll have like say 3 chapters in one, 3 chapters in the other if they bring Crimson Fists into it.
Yeah, maybe.
So I mean, I really want them to do something White Scars. Although, having built like 3,000 points of White Scars, I'm thinking maybe I might not be buying a load more White Scars, but I would really like to see them get some cool stuff.
Yeah, it would be good.
And a bit more flavour in their playstyle as well. That would be. I mean, I'd like to see that for every chapter.
Okay, well, I brought it back to the Sky Lantern to wrap up then. Overall, like I said at the start, it was a bit of a mixed bag. Like, obviously, Cathay, amazing. The Space Wolves, amazing. The other stuff was like, there were some good models, but nothing really like huge or mind-blowing. It was just like Cathay at the start, Space Wolves at the end, and a bunch of filler in the middle, really, I feel like. The Kill Team looked good. Kill Team looked good. The Chaos characters look good. See, people excited about Wood Elves and Beastmen coming to the old world. Can't fault them. So let us know in the comments, how did you feel about it? Was there anything you think we've overlooked that was actually a hidden gem? Do you think like this was just way out, and do you not like Cathay or the Space Wolves? We'd love to know. If you've listened this far, thank you very much. Don't forget, we've got all the links down in the comments, in the description. We have obviously our Discord community. We'd love to join us there, where we discuss like painting progress and hobbying in general. We've got Facebook groups. We've got a link to buy us a coffee, and our Element Games affiliate link.
Yes, Element Games are fantastic. Go and buy stuff with our affiliate link.
Yeah. You will still get your stuff at the same discounted costs that they usually do. You will just give a bit of money to support the channel, which we would very much appreciate.
Yeah, I mean, I knocked over a whole pot of contrast paint the other day. We need more paint.
Yes, yeah, you need to help us stay in paint. So
yeah, I mean,
we very much appreciate. You could also help us by liking this video, subscribing, leaving a comment, all that stuff that like pushes us up in the algorithm.
Yeah, we are 2 subs away from 1,000.
Oh, I was wondering how close we are. Thank you for providing that update there.
Yeah, in fact, hang on, I will check right now to see exactly where we are at.
So close. So close.
We are 998, so we need 2 more, and then we're at 1,000.
Please knock us over that 1,000 mark. We'd super appreciate it. If you listen this far, Thank you very much. No, I have said this before, haven't I?
If you listen this far, you need to get out more.
Yes, yes. Okay, well, thank you very much for listening. We've been Bleeding Tree Gaming. It's been a great reveals show. We will see you for the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.